Now let's take the next step and look at pricing interest rate swaps. And let's look at where we've been. All right, and we talk about pricing interest rate swaps. And we've talked about fixed versus variable rate debt. We've talked about LIBOR, talked about Eurodollar futures contracts, and now the topic we're going to talk about right now is interest rate swaps. What are they and how are they priced in the marketplace? All right. And so what is an interest rate swap? Well, an interest rate swap is, let's start with the idea that, a firm has a variable rate. Okay, this is variable rate debt. And what it does is it pays LIBOR plus 150 basis points quarterly to the debt holders. All right. And so what they're interested in doing is entering into an interest rate swap. And an interest rate swap would look like this. Basically what it would do is it has what it currently pays its debt holders over there. And then the swap would mean that what it would do is it would pay a fixed rate to a third party. In return, the third party would pay them LIBOR. And basically what that would look like is the LIBOR is received from a third party. It would cover the LIBOR payments, okay, to the debt holders. And the net effect is of the firm to pay 150 basis points plus whatever the fixed rate is on the interest rate swap. So basically the LIBOR rate would flow from the third party to the firm to the debt holders. Whoops. Now, what's important here is this is a contract and this is a contract. The third party and the firm are not paying the LIBOR. The third party is not paying LIBOR to the debt holders, but rather it's paying it to the firm. The same thing, the firm is not paying a fixed rate to the debt holders, but in fact is paying it to the third party. But the net effect of these two things is it winds up paying, the total cost is fixed rate plus 150 basis points. So these LIBOR payments cancel out, and it's 150 basis points plus the fixed rate. So effectively, by entering into having a variable rate loan and then entering into a interest rate swap, what it does is it converts a set of variable payments into a set of fixed payments. Okay. Now, again, one of the things we talked about before is you could use Eurodollar futures contracts to do that. But then you have to into, as we saw, separate Eurodollar futures contracts to hedge each one of the payments. The beauty of an interest rate swap is there's just one party involved. You pay them, they pay you. It's pretty straightforward. There isn't sort of any settlement or anything else like that. So it's just easier, all right? And so let's look at it a little bit more detail. All right?